Every Night is Game Night bonus. Beyond Solitaire interviews AJ Porfirio about graphic novel adventures. Yo, my peoples, what's up? Welcome back to the Every Night is Game Night podcast bonus. I'm your host, Jason. Thank you so much for joining us. We have released episode 130, which is our preview / analysis of the graphic novel adventures, which are currently live on Kickstarter. Liz from Beyond Solitaire had a chance to chat with AJ Porfirio about the graphic novel adventures, how he finds them, how he kind of chooses them, because there's a lot of them, and gets into a couple of things that we would have gotten into in the regular episode. AJ was supposed to join us, but he unfortunately could not due to other commitments. He's at Gamma Trade Show right now, I believe. So that's okay. Liz got a chance to talk to him, so I figured, why not? Let's post that conversation, which is currently live on Liz's YouTube channel over here. So you don't even have to go all the way over there. Just hang out here and check out Liz and AJ chatting about the graphic novel adventures.
Hey gamers, this is Liz Davidson from Beyond Solitaire, and I am here with a very special guest, AJ Porfirio from Van Ryder Games. How are you doing, AJ?
Hey, good, doing good. Thanks for calling me special. That's awesome.
I tell everyone that. No.
Yeah.
So you had a great day yesterday. Do you want to tell us about it?
Yeah, I'd love to. So yesterday, March 5th, we launched Season 2 of the Graphic Novel Adventures, which are our branded series of game books that they're the sort of pick your path style of game book where you can make the choices, right? And they're in graphic novels or comics. So instead of being a lot of text-based reading, you're actually interacting and engaging with the frames of the books. So we launched Season 2 yesterday, which is the second set of 5 books. And we had a great day. We raised just around $60,000 on Kickstarter's day one cutoff, which is less than 24 hours, but because we launched at 10 a.m. But yeah, thrilled with that. Day two's going very well, very strong. I think we just maybe crossed the 70,000 mark. So we're ecstatic and excited. It's going to last for 20 days. So we got 20 days. We're strapped in, and we're excited to get this to folks.
So I have a question about these. Their original language is French.
Correct.
So how do you choose? Do you read French?
No.
Okay, so how do you choose your next set of graphic novel adventures?
Yeah, so that's a great question. When I first found these books, I actually found Captive, which is in our Season 1 set, as you know. Mm-hmm. And the original publisher, Macaca Editions, who does the French books, had partnered up with Blue Orange Europe. And Blue Orange Europe did a really limited English version of Captive to sort of show off the system to hopefully gain potential license partners. That's how I found it. I found the English version of Captive. I didn't even know. I thought that was the only one. As far as I knew, that was the only one. I saw it on BGG. I started reading the comments and ratings, and they liked it, but a lot of the reviews and ratings said, well, you can't really find these anywhere, so I'm not really going to necessarily recommend it because not really anywhere to get it. And I was like, well, that seems like an opportunity. Like, I was already just attracted to the product as a gamer.
Right.
So I said, okay, well, let me get a hold of this and see if I like it. And then, of course, I did. I loved it. And so, yeah, I engaged them in conversations to get the license, and we did. And around that time, once I started researching, I discovered, wow, there's a whole heck of a lot more of these. And so we basically just went in and gobbled up as many and all of them as we could. And so we have a really strong partnership with these guys now. There is a lot into the decision of which ones to release in which season. I'm not going to go too far down into that rabbit hole necessarily, but the Sherlock line is very robust, so we want to continue that one. Pirates is a new adventure and we're doing 2 books now, but there's actually a third one as well that we'll probably do at some point. And then Mystery is a whole new line. It's not a line, there's one of them, but they actually have Macaca does regular comics also, so there's actually a mystery comic print that it's based on. And so I don't know, hopefully there will be more of those in the game book variety, but yeah, for now I think it's just the one of those.
Okay, so since you were only able to read Captive in the original, what inspires you to pick the books that you pick? Are you picking before you are fully aware of what's in them at the time that you make the choice? Like for Pirates, was it about pirates that seemed cool, so you went for it?
Yeah, no. So I completely blind. I was like, this system is awesome. I only had read Captive, but I loved it. The other themes were so cool. It's just one of those things you feel confident. I felt confident in, and I wanted to do more than just one book. I wanted us to support the line. So, like most of these books, before we have them translated, actually all of them, with the exception of Captive, we've not read them. And there's things that as we do get them translated, there's French puzzles that don't necessarily always translate to English that we have to do development work on, and we make some changes for our market with the approval, of course, of our partners. So there's all that, but all the stories are really great. Everyone has their favorites, but the cool thing is, like, it's not like everyone universally agrees Captive's the best or Your Town's the best. It's or Pirates or the Sherlock books. Everyone sort of has their favorite. So there's something for everyone.
Well, I gotta tell you, I was really impressed with Mystery. I hope that they make another in that series because I thought the writing was really snappy. The story progressed in ways like, remember how we talked about Captive and I said it felt like a point and click? I thought that Mystery was the most point and clicky of the ones that we've done. But I do want to ask, so in the first series, right, you had 5 totally different experiences to offer. It was really, really different. Yep. And in this one, you have kind of 2 like doubles, I guess. You have the Sherlock Holmes books and the Pirates books. And what inspired you to do it that way this time, as opposed to vary it
up? Sure. A lot of it is what we have available to us. We have some other titles. There's actually a lot of more considerations that we put into things. Sometimes it may be, there was one book we were considering for this season that we ultimately replaced because, how do I put this? There were some non-game related challenges that we have to get figured out before we can do that. So I know that's very ambiguous, but all that to say, like, there's a lot that goes into the decisions of what we do and when we put things out. But in the case of Pirates specifically, the Great Chase, so Pirates the Great Chase is the first one. Yeah. It leads straight into Pirates the City of Skulls. So we could have done the first one and then sort of left a cliffhanger for a while, but I actually think, in my opinion, City of Skulls is a superior book. And so the first one's fun, but the second one like really takes it to a new level. So that I want the fans to be able to experience that book as well. So that's why we decided to sort of do those 2 together. And then, like I said, with Sherlock, there's the most titles of Sherlock. So the fans can definitely expect there will be more of those. Moriarty technically does continue where 4 Investigations left off, but the Sherlock books are completely self-contained, and so are the Pirates, to be honest. You can play City of Skulls without having played The Great Chase. But the new Sherlock books do new things. So, like, for example, in Moriarty, Moriarty joins up in this sort of loose alliance with Sherlock and Lestrade and Watson. And so now you can play as Moriarty. And the way he works when he questions people is different from the way Sherlock and Watson work. And then the other one, Sherlock and Irene, it actually can support 2 players, competitive play. So one person can play the role of Sherlock and the other can play the role of Irene. Mm-hmm. And then, I mean, you're passing the book back and forth. So it's not like
right.
you're not playing at the exact same time, but the system does support a competitive mode to see who can kind of do better in solving the investigations.
That's cool.
So even though we're doubling up, as you put it, there's new things in each book, and that I think keeps it fresh. But we definitely wanted to have, a totally new theme in line, which is what we're doing, with mystery.
Right.
And every season, or however we continue to release these, we'll always have something new in it.
So how many, I mean, it seems like there's a whole lot of options in terms of what Macaca has already put out. Like, how many seasons could you foresee graphic novel adventures going? I mean, weird things happen, but...
Yeah, I mean, everything depends on the support for the line, right? Like, if customers continue to support it, then we're going to keep bringing them to everyone. So it's hard for me to sit here and say, oh, there's going to be 5 seasons and that'll be it. Or I can say pretty confidently with how this Kickstarter is going and how the last one did and how the books are being received in retail. Like a season 3 is I can basically guarantee it at this point. So that's as far as I can go. But like I said, as long as they're getting support, we plan to continue to support this line.
That's awesome. So how has your relationship with Macaca evolved over the years? So have y'all, I mean, you've been working with them for a while now.
It's actually only been, it seems like a while, but it's really only been, I guess, a year and a half. Mm-hmm. All this happened like really quickly in the fall of, I guess, 2017. Mm-hmm. So it's been good. Like we have a great relationship with them. We work really well with those guys. We're in contact with them pretty regularly. So it's good. It improves all the time. I just saw they had posted on their Facebook page about our Kickstarter. Like, they're always very excited and rooting for us. And it's the same in reverse. I mean, when they're doing new stuff over there, we're always excited about it and looking at it and figuring out what we can do working with them.
Nice. All right. So you've also had the recent development of getting your own office, mm-hmm. which is where I'm Skyping you, right? So
yeah.
How long has it been since you went full time?
So it's coming up on a year. It hasn't quite been a year yet. The last day at my day job from my previous company, it was May 1st of last year, mm-hmm. officially. But we had actually gotten the office a few days before that. And so we've been in the office pretty much since we started full time. But of course, Van Ryder Games has been around for I guess we're going on 2011, 8 years. So yeah. We did, we paid our dues. Like we did definitely a crawl, walk, run approach, which I think has served us well. Mm-hmm. Every company's different, but for us, that worked out best. And to the point where when we did make the plunge, we were able to do things like, get a small office here, which is it's been immensely important. We were actually planning on working out of our house for a while. Mm-hmm. And we just decided, let's just look and see what's around. This is our local hometown, and we found something that was perfect size-wise and was with a monthly, payment we could afford. And I don't regret it for a second. Like, it's been phenomenal.
That's great. So one question I do have about that, though, is how has that changed your own relationships? You've kind of grown as a publisher over the last while. So Hostage Negotiator is your design. Mm-hmm. But now you are working with, game books that already exist and having them translated. You're developing other people's designs, like with the Big Score. Do you primarily see yourself these days as a publisher, as developer, as a designer yourself? Like, how are those roles mixing in your life right now?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. And that mix sort of morphs as you go, right? Like, I mean, in the beginning, very much I was a designer. You know, I was coming at it as a designer. I didn't necessarily have aspirations to own a game company or do anything like that. But over time and as we've grown, that's morphed and changed. I'm very much an entrepreneur, so I'm not surprised it sort of went how it went. But now, like, if I was answering that question, like today, like, what does AJ do? I mean, I'm very much heavily on the publisher side versus doing design work. I still do some. I get to scratch a lot of my design itch doing development. So yes, like I wear all the hats. We wear all the hats. We're still very small, but growing. And so, for example, we hired our first employee this year. I'm not sure if you knew that, but we hired Sean Barsos, and so he's our first official employee of the company. And so I've had to learn all that. I mean, I pretty much handle all the business aspects.
Right.
Evan does a lot of the marketing, and he's a graphic designer as well, so he does a lot of that work. But from a publishing standpoint, we share a lot of the load. Design and any design and development we do, development especially, Evan and I usually work together on that. This season of books is actually the first time one of us has. So Evan's been pretty separate from the process for these books, and it's actually been Sean taking a lot of that load off of his plate, and him and I working together, since this is sort of his first rodeo with a product line. And so, but he's been great. I can't say enough good things about him. And so it's exciting. We're doing things like that. I mean, we get new business opportunities in terms of potential partners and other things all the time. So, like, you know, a lot of times maybe it doesn't work out, or maybe it's in process. I can't necessarily sort of go into detail about what those are, but it's exciting stuff. And like, I guess bringing it back for full circle, like having an office and being able to go to more trade shows and like playing the part of like, hey, we don't look at this anymore as a side gig. Like, this is our livelihood, this is our job. We love it. And we're going to give it everything we have.
So, what can you tell me about the year ahead for Van Ryder? So what, after Graphic Novel Ventures, can we expect?
Yeah, so we got a lot of cool things planned. So season 2, I mean, that's coming. I mean, I'll even mention, I mean, we have some things that we've Kickstarted but aren't necessarily out yet. So we have the Crusoe Crew, which is actually in the running for a Mensa Mind Games Award. So we're very excited about that. That's a cooperative version of our Graphic Novel Adventures. And so we're really excited. A few of the advanced shipping backers have already got that. They're enjoying it so far. We're extremely excited for that. That will be out in retail probably around the June timeframe. Origins. It's going to be an Origins release for us. So we're very excited about that. Very soon, not very far after the season 2 Kickstarter for Graphic Novel Adventures, we will be launching the Kickstarter for Hostage Negotiator Career, the career expansion, which I see your big smile. I am like insanely excited to get this out. I've been working on it for a long time, and to be quite honest, like what we talked about earlier, having to do, a lot less time for design and doing publishing work. It's just taken longer than I would have liked, but we're here. It's about ready. Playtesting has been going very well. I'm keeping this very tight knit in terms of the playtesting, because there are secrets and surprises and things in there I just don't want to get out. So even on the Kickstarter page, we're having discussions like, what do we want to share, what don't we want to share? But man, I cannot wait. So just imagine a full storyline and scenario wrapped up in your Hostage Negotiator games, and that's what everyone's going to get. And so that will sort of bring the line full circle. That's going to complete sort of my full vision for the product. And then there's going to be a couple new abductor packs. So you're going to get Abductor Packs 9 and 10, also as part of that Kickstarter. And then we'll probably do Demand Pack 2 and maybe a few other goodies. So very excited about that. Hopefully, if everything goes according to plan, it'll be Kickstarted in end of April, and hopefully we'll have it out before the year ends.
All right.
That one. Sorry.
I said, all right.
Yeah. Hopefully, you can tell I'm so excited about it. It's been fun to work on, and man, like Sean, he likes it. He's basically like, man, this takes Hostage Negotiator to a new level for me. So, for people who already like it, they're gonna love it. I don't think it's gonna change anyone's mind. Like if you don't like Hostage Negotiator, right. I don't think like career doesn't change anything that much where it's gonna change your mind on the game. But luckily for us, there seems to be a lot more people that like it than don't. So there's that. We're working on another project. I can't really talk about right now, but it is another solo only design. So I'll say that.
Is it your design or is it someone else's?
Oh,
come on, that's not that much of a spoiler.
Okay, sure, I'll share that. It's a co-design of me and Evan.
All right.
So it'll be our first. We've worked on obviously developing and stuff together. I was pretty heavily involved in Detective, and but yeah, this will be our first true sort of co-design. That's all I'll say because I'm tempted to say more. So I'm gonna stop.
I gotta tell you, I am excited about Detective as well. That one is Kickstarter exclusive, correct?
Yeah, so that's in our VR. So we created a brand imprint, whatever you want to call it, for games that will not go through distribution. And Detective City of Angels is the first one we call it our VRG Select catalog or games or products, whatever you want to call them. So yeah, that one's direct, and that's we've been working on that one for a long time. It is scheduled to production scheduled to be completed in early mid-April, and so we're very excited to get that one. That one, oh man, it's amazing. And then solo, you're gonna love it too as a solo player. There's a completely playable solo mode with a full paragraph book and everything. So it's such a great product. Like we're so thrilled to get it out there.
I'm looking forward to it. I like a good mystery set. Actually, like 3 of the boxes back there are Sherlock Holmes, and I got one of Mythos tales on this shelf. So I'm really excited to see what Detective is going to look like.
Oh yeah, you're gonna love it.
All right, so just one more question since we're here. What have you been playing for fun?
Oh, we've actually been playing Betrayal Legacy. So
really?
Yeah. Yep. We're I think a little more halfway through. I love Betrayal. Like when I got back in the hobby, that was one of the first games I played and just like fell in love with. So like having that sort of continuing campaign and legacy elements is just like awesome. And so that's been an inter-office game. And then in our group, we've played Endeavor a couple times the last few sessions. I really like that. It's really awesome. And I'm more of a thematic gamer, but man, certain Euros like really jive with me, and that's the latest one that I've just sort of really loved. What else have we played? I think I'm mostly caught up on Time Stories. I love Time Stories. I think there's a new one either coming out or just came out that I need to do. And I was excited to see they're doing a new format. I'm not sure if you saw that, but...
Whoa, hold on. It sounds good.
Okay.
All right, so Time Stories.
Yeah. So Time Stories, I'm mostly caught up on that. I'm interested in the new format they're going to come out with, so I'm kind of excited about that one. Gloomhaven, I wish we were playing more. That's one of my favorites. I want to get back to the campaign. So yeah, that's a lot of the recent stuff I've been playing.
Are you doing much solo gaming right now?
Most of my solo times has been going to career. And and the new product or new project that has yet to be named.
The top secret project.
Yeah, that one. It's already been a lot of testing. It's going to be a lot more testing. So that's where most of my solo gaming time has gone. And to be honest, my kids are starting to get a little older to where now we've been playing the Vanilla Betrayal with I've been playing Vanilla Betrayal with my kids, and like, man, they're into that one. So like,
how old are they?
They're 11, 10, and 6, but almost 7. He'll be 7 at the end of the month, the youngest.
Gotcha.
So, and he's probably like the biggest gamer of the 3 of them. Like he has that gamer enthusiasm for like we all do. The other 2 they're more, they probably choose video games given the choice, but every once in a while I'll get them sitting down for a board game.
So you're at the point in your life now where you have a built-in gaming group.
I have a built-in gaming group. I have built-in solo games because, like, the books too. Like, I mean, when we get the books translated, like I play those. I play the graphic novel adventures. So outside, but I'm waiting for like certain things. Like Unbroken, I'm waiting for.
Yes.
And like I'll see games on my shelf like Nemo's War and Mage Knight that I want to get out, but it's just like. I wish I could clone myself and like have all the experiences, but it's a great time to be a gamer, great time to be a solo gamer.
I would definitely agree with that. Yeah. All right, thank you so much for your time, AJ. It has been really great to have you on.
Oh man, absolutely, anytime.
All right, and everybody who's watching this, thank you for being here in the channel, and leave any questions you have for us in the comments. Thank you so much, AJ.
Yes. You bet.